What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex. You're watching the Marvel edition of the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series where we talk about all things that matter to me in the world of Marvel films. This is episode number 31, and what we're going to talk about in this episode is Iron Man 4 and the Avengers Age of Ultron. And you're probably thinking, wait a minute, Iron Man 4? When the heck did they announce that an Iron Man 4 film is happening? Now, here's a more appropriate question. Is Robert Downey Jr. going to be reprising his role as Tony Stark, aka Iron Man? Because without Robert Downey Jr., there's no Iron Man, right? Well, it looks like that it might appear that it's the other way around. I mean, according to this interview, which just happened a couple of days ago, Robert Downey Jr. was quoted talking about the fate and possibility of Iron Man 4, and his comments actually spread virally all over the fandom universe, you know, all over these websites which report on news like this. Well, let's just take a look at his comment. And he actually said a lot of stuff, but the one comment that really matters most is the one that I'm going to tell you right now. And he says, quote, "There isn't one in the pipe," Downey Jr. said in an interview with Variety. "No, there's no plan for a fourth Iron Man." End quote. Does that mean that Iron Man 4 is completely done? No, it doesn't mean that. Does it mean that Robert Downey Jr. turned down the possibility of playing Iron Man once again? No, it doesn't mean that at all. Robert Downey Jr. never actually said, no, he's not gonna reprise his role as Tony Stark in a solo Iron Man film. He hasn't said no yet. He hasn't confirmed that he isn't going to play Tony Stark in a solo Iron Man film. He just said that there's no plans for them. Let me read you this other quote. I like the idea that the idea is that it would be up to me, like I'm casting director for Marvel. End quote. So he's just poking a little bit of fun here because everybody, all these reporters, are asking him, are you going to be back as Iron Man or Tony Stark? And he's just making a joke as if it's like up to him. It's not. It's up to Marvel. It's up to Kevin Feige. It's up to the Disney if there's going to be one, and if they even want Robert Downey Jr. back. Of course they would want him back, but the bigger question is there going to be an Iron Man 4 film? Now, you know what? I honestly don't think that the priority of importance is in the right order. I think the bigger question should be, is there going to be an Iron Man 4 film, just like what Robert Downey Jr. suggested? He said that there isn't one in the pipe. No, there's no plans for a fourth Iron Man film. That's what needs to be confirmed first. Not if Tony Stark, or rather not if Robert Downey Jr. is interested in reprising the role again, okay? Right now his contract states that he must reprise his role as Iron Man for 2 more Avengers films. Age of Ultron and Avengers 3. That's it. Once he's done with that, he no longer has to play Iron Man anymore, okay? So if he is going to play Iron Man in a solo Iron Man film, that would be Iron Man 4, they would have to draft up a brand new contract for him, okay? Unless it's going to be on a movie-by-movie case basis, like an individual film. But in the meantime, there is no plans for Iron Man 4, which is really not a big deal because there never was plans for an Iron Man, like another sequel, all right? It's honestly not that big of a deal to me. I would like to see another solo Iron Man film, okay, outside of the Avengers. But we're already getting to see him again in Age of Ultron and then Avengers 3. So that could hold us down for a bit. In the meantime, I'm interested in seeing what else is coming up for the future phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Starting with, moving on, we're going to talk about Avengers Age of Ultron. And what do I got to talk about with regards to the sequel to Avengers? Well, you know what's great about sequels especially for franchises like these, is the addition of new characters. For Captain America the Winter Soldier, they added Falcon. For Iron Man 2, we saw War Machine. And now, with Avengers Age of Ultron, they're not only adding Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, but also Vision. Vision will be added to the team. Now, we already saw a bit of a teaser poster of what Vision would look like. You kind of saw him in the distance where he's fighting off the Ultron minions. But then we never actually got to see another photo of Vision after that. Well, we have a new look at Vision, and check this out. Now, I don't exactly know what kind of conventions this photo took place at, but here's another very close look at what Vision will look like in Avengers Age of Ultron. Check it out. Very, very cool. Very, very much like the comic. I mean, this is like straight out of the comic book. I mean, in fact, all those guys are really straight out of the comic books. Every single character with a couple of modified changes to the costume. But other than that, this is all straight out of the comic books. Characters brought straight to life on the big screen. Check that out. I like the way he looks. He looks pretty good here. And I'm going to show you another look at Vision. Check this out. Here's another look without his teammates. Look at that. Here we go. Man, I am impressed. I'm impressed by the fact that they were able to pull off a character like Vision and bring him to life as a live-action character. I mean, when you look at him in the comic books, he looks very, like, you know, he looks the way he looks, like a comic book character. And to bring, excuse me, and to bring him into real life for a character like that, you need to do a few things with the costume to make it just look more, I guess, look more grounded. Well, it looks like they didn't really need to do that, because what they did is they translated it directly from the comic to real life, and it still looks good. Sure, there are some changes that have been made to the costume, but right away, you know that that's Vision. That is the look of Vision, and I think they really pulled it off, and he looks great. So I'm looking forward to the Avengers Age of Ultron. There's going to be so many new characters, and a character that I'm looking forward to is seeing Vision. And you know what? I think that Tony Stark might have a bit of influence on the look of Vision. So I'm excited to see where this goes. And Avengers Age of Ultron comes next summer in May. So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. How do you guys feel about Robert Downey Jr.'s comments? He said that there's no plans for Iron Man 4 right now. Okay? It doesn't mean that he's not going to be in the next Iron Man 4 film if it's happening. He just says that there isn't one. I mean, he answered this question very strategically well, because it doesn't give us anything except for the fact that I can't tell you anything. There is no movie. So what is there to talk about? That's what he's trying to tell you guys. Okay? So anyways, so no plans for Iron Man 4, but Vision does look good in Age of Ultron, and I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, let me know your thoughts below about anything that I've talked about. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @RaginNation. Check out my photos on Instagram, @The Ragin Nation. And I'll see you on the Marvel Edition episode number 32. Peace. Is Transformers Age of Extinction, a movie that I've seen 7 times in the theater. Being a Transformers fan, I enjoyed it.